Welcome to another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit. This video is a decoding of Twighlight Zone. The episode is called Shadow Play. The story is about death row, the idea of death row being a dream. Okay? Death row, it's someone having the experience of death row, but they feel that the whole thing is a dream, and they keep repeating that dream. So that is the synopsis of the story. So I will directly just decode the points, make points, and show the decoding directly. So, point 1, now let me look at my notes. This might not be in order of this show, but I just had to take some notes very quickly. I can't write exactly what I was going to say. I just had to scribble down some notes. So anyway, it says, first of all, the main character, his name is Adam Grant. And this is a note that I didn't write down. I just wrote down the name Adam Grant. And the decoding of that is his first name. Adam is the same name as the first man of the earth that it says in the Bible, and it says in Islam the same thing. It says Adam is the first man. So they are telling you they're talking about the black man. Even though it's a white character, they're going to show white, but they're talking about black. So anyway, Adam is an equivalent of Adam, the first man. Okay? Point, no other points. Let me just keep talking. The main character says, at some time in the story, "What did I do to make you keep coming back to haunt me?" Haunt means hunt. The word is synonymous. Haunt, if a ghost haunts you, they are hunting you. So really, he means hunt, not haunt. He really means hunt. What did I, the black man, do to make you, the white man, keep coming back to hunt me? Now, what he's talking about in the story is that he keeps having this experience of death row. That is his whole life. His whole life is a repetition of the experience of being on death row. So, the question to you, black people, the listener here, is, what did you do to the white man? Or what did you do, period? What did you do at all for the white man to be continually on your ass? Ask yourself that. What did you do? Since the beginning of the beast, and I can only say this from my short lifetime and knowing history. That's why I just refer to the Americas. But of course you existed before that. So just what did you do from the point of time when you were in the Americas and the beast came and claimed to discover America and committed genocide on you? What did you do to have him continually on your ass up to the point of today? Ask yourself that. It's because they know who you are, that you are the supreme, the original people, etc., etc. And it's a spiritual war against you for control over this earth. So I don't want to talk a lot. I want to make these points, and like I said, this is for people that's on the frequency. I'm not going to explain. I shouldn't explain more, or this whole thing is going to be like an hour. So anyway, there's another part in the story where actually another character says he's the one keeping us alive. In the court scene, it says the black man is the one keeping us alive. Okay. Point 1. I already said point 1. Adam refers to first man, refers to the black man. Point 2. The black man is on trial repeatedly throughout history. Point 3. There is a scene at the end where the main character says, I don't have to listen to you. I created you. Without me, you cease to exist. The metaphysical translation of that is that you created the white man, unfortunately by mistake, and B, all the white man's knowledge is from you. Just about everything invented was stolen, copied, and renamed as if it was invented by a white man. Point 4. I'm asking you this as the listener, okay? As a listener of this YouTube video, why do they call this story shadow play? Shadow play. Just think about that, okay? Point 5. This whole story is questioning capital punishment, but the real question is, does capital punishment bother white people? Because the characters were talking about this, but the message is just showing you, no, it doesn't bother them. It doesn't bother them whatsoever. Point 6. The story keeps mentioning these black singers. Johnny Mathis, Al Jarreau, Bobby Short. And they are saying, oh, listen to those guys and we can relax and have some coffee. I'm asking you, the listener, the YouTube listener, why do they mention these black singers? That's actually, it's like, it's for me, it's just, it's mockingness, you know? They're just doing it for mockery. But actually, you know, I don't have an explanation for that. And I don't have an explanation really why they call it shadow play. Because actually Bobby tells us that whenever they talk about shadow, they're talking about melanin. So, but they're really just, it's like, I guess they're playing around with the black man, shadow play, black man playing. I just throw that question out to you so you can think about it. Point 7. A character says, if you're successful, life is a dream. If you're not, it's a nightmare. Translation. Whites are generally successful. And don't tell me any comments about, oh, that's not true, statistically this and that. I'm saying very generally. Generally, they run the fucking world. And everybody wants to be like them. And blacks are generally, systematically kept down. And again, I don't need you to comment and say, you know, oh, that's not true. Look at the celebrities, blah, blah, blah. You're not getting my point if you have to tell me that. We're talking about in general, worldwide, systematically, institutionally, governmentally, psychologically. You are put down and you are the low man on the totem pole everywhere in the world. You're the poorest. Point 8. The jailmate, okay? One of the jailmates say to the main character, after the main character is saying, oh, this is a dream, then somebody else says to him, why don't you wake yourself up? Again, that's mocking you. Dear listener, that is a message to you. Why don't you wake yourself up? This is basically the white man or the storyteller basically mocking you and saying, well, why don't you wake up? If this is such a nightmare, why don't you wake up? And that's a direct message to you, black person. Point 9 is the character talks about, he's talking about his dream. Excuse me, let me get this correct. Look at my notes. The character talks about the character talks about his dream, okay? And he talks about being on death row. And he says that the courts, they're always too late. Like, after he tries to convince the court that they've made a mistake. Not the court, but his lawyer. And he's saying, look, call the judge. Let him know he's made a mistake. This whole thing is a dream. It's a mistake. And what the main character is saying is that in his dream, he lets the people know this is a mistake. You know, I'm innocent. Let's talk about this a little further. And they always do it too late. The guy's already dead by the time they call the mayor or the governor or whatever, and they try to give him another chance, or they realize that they made a mistake. It's always too late. In the dream, it's always too late. That's why he's repeating the dream, because when he convinces the establishment or the court to reconcile that he's innocent, they always do it too late. Now, what is the message here? What is the truth that is showing? This refers to the apologies endured by the black man for inhumane injustices against you throughout history. Always they're too late. They're like 20 years too late saying, oh, I'm sorry, we burnt down Wall Street, Black Wall Street. Oh, I'm sorry, we injected your people with syphilis. And here, Tuskegee men, you can have a Medal of Honor. I'm sorry that we did that. Like 30 years ago, I'm sorry. I mean, this episode, I mean, even, like, I went back and I looked up Twilight Zone episodes because there's some, I remember I've looked at it and I was like, okay, one day I'll make a video about it. But now I am purposely sifting through the Twilight Zone episodes, and this one, I got the I've seen that episode before, but only just now I got the revelation about it. I could see through it, even though I saw it before. And there's other episodes I've seen before, and I'm like, oh, I need to make a video of that one day. This one, when I looked at it again, I was like, holy hell, shit. Look at what they're saying. So anyway, I don't really need to list more examples of injustices endured by the black man, and, how the government is always late on apologizing about that shit. So that ends another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit. And point 10 is that I just want to read this quote again. The white man, who metaphysically is representing the black man in death row, he says to them in the court at the end, I created you. Without me, you cease to exist. Again, thank you. And that is point 10, because I wanted to make 10 points. Thank you for listening. And that ends another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit. And all thanks and honor, gratitude, appreciation, respect, anything, I give credit to Bobby Hemmit. Thank you. Oops, I forgot. I see in my notes what point 10 is supposed to be. This whole story is talking about the concept of death row as a dream. So what it is also questioning is who is real and who is not real. Meaning, who is human and who is not human. Meaning, who is original and who is a hybrid. So that is another underlining message in that story. That's a thematic message in that story, because it's questioning what's a dream and what's real. And the character is saying, I'm in a dream. If I just wake up, the shit's going to be finished. And the message to you is that this is the illusionary world. And point A is when you wake up and be conscious and become conscious, okay, that's going to change the universe. But point B is that one day you are not going to be in this body, and the life that we're experiencing is a dream. It's a temporary thing. So one day you will go back to your God self and you will look at this. You probably won't even fucking remember it. Thank goodness. But this whole life is temporary. So that is the dream. So that is the point. So that ends another episode of What I Learned from Bobby Hemmit. All credit I give to Bobby Hemmit. Of course, by default, I am credited. Obviously, I made the video, but I give all credit to Bobby Hemmit because of the level of awakening that he has instigated in me, or stimulated, and I wish the same for you. I think the movies, when you show the reality of the movie and the decoding of movies, it might click with someone. So share with whomever you think can handle it, because these movies, the more I look at them, it is right up in your face. It's like slapping you in the face. But it just took a certain time period for us to have the opportunity to have knowledge accessible to everyone. So it took up until the year 2000 or whatever, whenever the internet became global, That is when all information and all knowledge was revealed. And everything has gotten digitized. Occult books, secret societies. You can connect with somebody in Timbuktu, literally, or figuratively. No, I don't mean literally, because somebody from there, they're not going to get it. But as Bobby said, yes, as Bobby said, you are the one. You are your higher self is what is going to bring all of this to an end. You are the Christ people, not a fake Jesus coming out of the sky riding on a white horse. It's your own energy, your own power, your own level of consciousness that is going to make the cosmic end to this matrix. You are Neo. The end.